Hi everyone and welcome to the 10th edition of Totally Speedway's weekend preview. I'm at Totally Speedway's Daniel Powell. We're up to the 10th one. I didn't think I'd be getting past a couple. Been doing the Q&As and doing all that. So what we're going to be doing is just touching base on everything in regards to the upcoming weekend. Thanks Andrew Stevens, former sprint car driver, for tuning in. And Ash Kent, thanks for tuning in as well. But please like, comment, share, and grow the reach. But I know I say this every weekend, but what an awesome weekend of racing that we have around. So, hey Kim Gross, thanks Deb Hall, thanks Kelly Dicker for tuning in. Kelly, your husband Nathan, his car looks amazing for tomorrow night's pink night at Sydney's Valvoline Raceway, so looking forward to getting out of there. Troy Lewis, thanks for tuning in. Wingless sprint driver from Tasmania. Hopefully, Troy, you're out there on Saturday night at Carrick Speedway for the wingless sprints. But guys, please like, comment, share. I've got all my notes here, which my lovely content producer, Alex Stoyle, puts together. She puts together all the dates and I'll make all the notes to write. Wayne Meyer from Speedo Star, thanks Wayne for tuning in. Kirsten Knox, thanks. Benny Griffin, one of the regulars on, loves looking at my ugly mug or hearing my annoying voice. So, what we've got this weekend, we've got heaps of sprint car racing, we've got racing all around the country, about modified speed cars, sedans, speedo sedans, you name it, we've got it. But I must thank everyone for, in terms of the information, like Speedway has picked up its game in terms of providing information. Sure, a lot of Speedo people just rely on social media these days, but they've got to change. So but everyone has been able to get a lot of results, a lot of information, and that, so it's really good. So thanks David Parker for tuning in. Good luck to your son at the Beasley Family Memorial that we will have on Saturday night at Avalon Raceway. We'll be talking about that. Daniel Sayer, good luck in the 410 sprint cars. Hopefully you can repeat what you did at the season opener where you ended up second, but hopefully you can go one better this time. But so we've got that. So we've got Ben Griffin who talks about VHF Modified Samara. We'll be talking about that. They make one of their cameo appearances. And also there's the VHF Modified to Craft, and there's a small show there at Craft and Speedo tomorrow night. I've got a question here from Kim Gross, not that it's Q&A, but we've got, when's the next sprint car meet at Adelaide Motorsport Park? Well, I doubt that's going to happen because promoter Steve Miller is still outstanding money owed from last season. So I don't think sprint car is going to be running there, and I think, I'm not sure what's going to be happening with Adelaide Motorsport Park at the moment. So Ricky Dransfield, thanks for tuning in for Tasmania. Brendan Wakeman, RSA Street Stock champion with the Queensland title holder. Grant Edwards from the VHF Modifieds, thanks Grant for tuning in. But what I'll do, without further ado, I will get into covering all the events. So we'll start. James Rice, thanks. You're doing some great work with our Gambia's Borderline Speed, obviously the host of this year's Australian 410 sprint car title. And so I love what you've been doing there, Rice, and you've got a good team there and the committees going forward. So I'd like to talk to you guys about doing a few things with us here at Totally Speedway. So good luck tomorrow night. You've got the 410 sprint cars making their first appearance, but I'll talk to you about that further in the piece that we've got here. So first things first, Sydney's Valvoline Raceway, they've got Ultimate Pink Night. Unfortunately, the previous weekend, Toowoomba's High-Tech Oils Speedway in Queensland tried to hold their version of it, but they were unable to due to the rain. So we've got there. So we've got round 5 of the Ultimate Sprint Car Championship for the 410 sprint cars. Also on the support program is the Internationals, RSA Street Stockers, and Lightning Sprints. First things first, obviously the headlining act, 410 sprint cars. We're going to have the 51 sprint cars. And so far this season, we've had Grant Anderson win the season opener. We had James Thompson win the one before that. And then we had Sammy Walsh dominate the most recent with the Sid Hopping shootout. So he won that pretty spectacular. Had a great battle there with James Thompson, the previous weekend's winner. So there's also Well, the other round was cancelled due to the track conditions. So, yeah, so we've had 3 winners so far. So amongst the nominations, Sammy Walsh, of course, heads the charge. James Thompson as well. James Thompson's been great. He's running an Australian designed QT chassis for Alan Woods out of Queensland. But the QT, it's not run by a lot of sprint car drivers these days, but JT, James Thompson, he certainly get the best out of it. Robbie Farr, he'll be, hungry for a win at his former, or his home track sort of thing, although he's based in WA or Queensland. I'm not sure where he's based. I think he's still in Perth. But he's hungry for a win to get the win there at Sydney's Valvoline Raceway. Of course, Grant Anderson, he makes his first appearance back at Valvoline Raceway since he dominated the season opener, coming from position 21 on September 30. And, passing Daniel Sayer, a long-time leader, early in the race. And, was able to take the win. Daniel Sayer ran second, Robbie Farr was third. We've also got the Dumsneys, so we've got Max, Matt, and Marcus. Matt coming off a big crash at Warrnambool's Premier Speedway last weekend when he went down there for the third round of the Eureka Garage Shed Series. So he was involved in a Nazi incident with Tim Van Gingen. Matt ended up crashing, and then there was cage first facing oncoming traffic, and Dennis Jones unfortunately hit him, and he was knocked out. Thankfully, there was no further serious injuries, but Matt's nominated to come back. So Marcus is running strongly. He ran 6th in the Victorian title last weekend. So so last weekend wasn't the Eureka Garage Shed Series. I stand corrected. It was just the Victorian title. So the Eureka Garage Shed Series returns tomorrow night at Mount Gambia's Borderline Speedway in South Australia. So also amongst there, Gary Brazier and Jordan Brazier. Jordan Brazier coming off his first podium at Valvoline Raceway a fortnight ago. Gary Brazier, he was the 6-time Australian champion. As I've mentioned, a lot of people know this, and Gary's best days are behind him. But there was actually... he showed great form at the previous meeting where he topped his group in time trials, won his heat, and then had engine dramas and was unfortunately unable to start the features. So, with that. But Gary Brazier, I was actually in the city when I was going out to dinner last night. I walked past, I swear, a double ganger of Gary Brazier about 20 years ago when he won that title at the Australian title in 1995. That was his second Australian title, which was held at Borderline Speedway. So, so I swear I saw it, so that was funny. So Gary Brazier, Jordan Brazier, of course. Troy Little, a multiple Valvoline Raceway track champion. He knows how to get around there fast. Running for Stephen Lynch, but no doubt that Troy will be up there. Warren Ferguson, he's recently had his engine refreshed by Adrian Marr. After 15 shows or something like that, which is certainly a long time for a sprint car engine. Got it freshened up, so he'll be out there looking to run. Another former multiple track championship, Ben Atkins, there. Alex Orr, he's certainly shown a lot of pace this season. He's probably had his best start to the season, although he hasn't got a podium yet, but he's knocking on the door for that. So the Orr team from the Central Coast, so Wyong up there on the way to Newcastle. He is looking for another strong result. Daniel Sayer, who I was speaking about before a moment ago, tuned in. So Daniel Sayer will be looking there. Danny Reddy, of course, had a scary crash a couple of weekends ago. Came back, put it on the outside of the front row alongside Sammy Walsh. Was doing well running in podium contention before having a mechanical issue and dropping back late in the race, and unfortunately ran back in 15th and 16th. Grant Tunks, he made his first podium finish for about 3 seasons. So he ran second. He'll be looking to back that up again. So Grant ran second in that event that James Thompson won. So that was round 3. That was. So Grant will be up there with that. I'll see another Grant Anderson. He'll be there. Of course, Jackson Delamont, he's a proven winner at Sydney's Valvoline Raceway. So there's no doubt he'll be looking to about. Hasn't had the strongest start to the seasons, but we'll all know. We'll come back. In terms of picking a winner, it all depends on who's going to be running, where they qualify, sort of thing. That's a big thing about the raceway. Although Grant Anderson proved he can start from position 21, providing the track conditions are right, and come from the rear. But I'm confident that, Grant Anderson could back it up with another win, so there's no reason to say he's been running down Victoria for the last couple of shows. Shown good pace had a bit of bad luck where he was right-reared by a fellow competitor. That took him out and he crashed the car, but the team's been working hard during the week and he'll be coming back. So good luck for everyone there. 51 410 sprint cars, ultimate pink night. We have got, ladies are free, kids under 12 are free, so there's no excuse. Hopefully they get a good crowd. Raise funds for breast cancer. It's a good cause, but so also on the support program, we've got International, so Shane Cartwright and Terry Pankhurst have been the winners so far at Sydney's Valvoline Raceway, so they'll be looking up there. And the RSA Street Stockers, they've completed, I think, 3 race meetings so far, and we've had 3 different winners. So Sean DeHoovey won the opening round. Obviously, their second appearance was cancelled due to the track conditions, and the most recent feature race was Stephen Walsh, the club president for the Western Sydney Street Stockers, going through for his breakthrough win. So there was a number of serious crashes there. Ray Tyler was one of them, and I think Steve Sharp had a rollover as well. So hopefully they can put on a good show. But you've got Ray Tyler, Andrew Espinal, the defending Western Sydney Street Stock champion. He's unfortunately, he's had a bad run so far this season. So, and of course, completing the field will be the Lightning Sprint. So you got AJ McTaggart and Peter Stiles. They're both winners. Peter Stiles ran second at the season opener, then was able to go one better at the Gold Cup and one of the prestigious events for Lightning Sprints here in New South Wales, and was able to go on and score a career first win. But that was awesome. Great night. Really looking forward. The weather's looking really good. It's been a lovely week here in Sydney. A bit hot. It's getting nice and warm as we approach summer in less than a week. So we'll get back there. So we've got a few people that are tuning in. Graham Wilson, Declan Brownsley. Thanks, Jason Loft. Hopefully enjoying the step, Jason, into Formula 500. Mitch Randall, of course, one of the regulars. Tony Blanche. Marcus Rumsey. Thanks, Marcus, for tuning in. Blake Darcy. Good luck for your second appearance this weekend in the 410 Sprint Cars. You've done really well this last weekend, so hopefully you can continue that. Darren Pope, Johnny KSQ. Sorry, Johnny, I know you're at a Speed Cars or GP Midgets. I think you are. So thanks for tuning in. Sorry, I can't pronounce your name. Please let me know, and I apologise in advance. So then we go on to Mount Gambia's Borderline Speedway. This is their first 410 Sprint Car event for the season. Obviously, later this season in late January, they're going to have the Australian 410 Sprint Car Championship, the first time that they're going to hold the event since 1995, where Gary Brazier won that event. So I think Brooke Tatnall was second and Gary Rush was third. This is all not screwed. I'm sure Sean McDonald or someone can clarify. I think I'm right. So that was Brazier's second title. So they return. The thing that I'm excited about is Jamie Veal versus James McFadden. They're good friends, and they're coming battle for the first time. So Jamie's running the SWI racing team car for with that, and then James McFadden, he's running his second appearance for the WA number 17 Monty Motorsport team. They during the week got on the road, travelled across the Nullarbor after dominating the Perth Motorplex third round of the HG series last Saturday night. So they're on the road. James looking to get some laps and continue that battle with his good friend Jamie Veal. So of course there you got the local from the Halls Motorsport team, Stephen Lyons. He's got new crew chief Dave Sharman. They seem to be gelling. They're having a bit of battle, not really bad luck, but just gelling and had some component failure, and they probably they've had 3 outings so far this season, and they've come away with a podium finish at the jackpot. They missed last Saturday night's Victorian title due to crew chief Dave Sharman being away, so the team opted to not run that, and Dave Sharman was attending Shane Stewart, the 410 Sprint Car World of Outlaws racer. He was attending his wedding, so he got married last weekend. So Dave Sharman's a good friend of Shane Stewart and was unable to be there, so Lindsay and the team opted not to contest that. So we've got there amongst the nominations. So we've got, this is the 4th round of the Eureka Garage and Shed Series. And the previous 3 rounds have had Jamie Veal win 2 out of the 3. He also, in between that, it was Dave Murcott who was running the Victory Lane Matt and Renee Easton owned car. So he he won the second round. That was at Heartland Raceway. So 3 rounds and fields won 2. Dave Murcott's won 1. So in terms of amongst the nominations, there's 49 cars, huge field. It's a big season for borderline speedo. Like as we can see here, James Rice, he just confirmed my stats from 1995. I can't remember my mum's birthday, but I can remember useless information like that at the drop of a hat. So yeah, I don't know whether I'm sad or just, not too sure about that one. So amongst the nominations, apart from all that, I've got Aidan Hall, the recently dethroned Victorian champion. He's amongst there. Brad Keller, of course, flying the flag for South Australia. Chad Eli, another one. He's running for the local Stark Motorsport team. That's the Victorian number 72 car. And that's that's Mitch Foster ran that car last year. Chad ran that late this season, or late last season, sorry, and then has kept the ride. Corey McCulloch has had a busy week. He ran third in the Victorian title. He's been moving house during the week, so it's been a hectic week, so hopefully he can come out and have a good run and step it up and get on the podium. Daniel Pesca, of course, Glenn Sutherland, one of the locals there. He broke through for his first feature race win there last season. That was with renowned crew chief Glenn Beaton. So he had his first feature race win on home soil, his first 14 feature race win ever. So do that. Of course, Jai O'Keefe, Rusty Hickman, he's had a fantastic start to the season. I think he's had, like here on the East Coast so far, I think he's ran 4 shows and only finished off the podium once. I think that's just off the top of my memory. So, and his most recent podium was second in the All-Star Series round, behind Paul Solomon at Heartland Raceway on Saturday night. Of course, Stephen Lyons, I mentioned him. Tim Hutchins from Tasmania has had a consistent start to the season. Tim Van Guinian had a crash in the Victorian title with Matt Tumsley, unfortunately. He'll be back looking for a good run. Tim Rankin, he's always fast and be interested to run, but I really love Mount Gambier race. Mount Gambier's track. It's a small little bull ring. It's a lovely presented venue. I'm sure the internet's a bit dodgy. Hopefully they've improved that. It can get cold, but hopefully the weather's fine and they can have a really good run. Interesting to note amongst the nominations is Mark Carlin. So Mark Carlin had nominated last Saturday night at Sydney's Valvoline Raceway for the Development Series round. Unfortunately, he chose not to because the weather was dicey here in Sydney, so he opted not to travel all the way from Geelong. So about 10, 11 hour drive towing a race car. But he's travelling down to Mount Gambier this tomorrow night, and will be getting out there for his first run. So the former multiple Australian, a 3-time Australian modified sedan champion. This is his first tilt at the open wheelers, so he'll be up there as well. So we might be up there like him, hopefully he can have a good run. Sort of thing. I don't expect him to set the world on fire straight away, but he's certainly a driver of immense talent and a guy that likes to challenge himself, and what greater challenge than to get behind the wheel of a 410 sprint car. So with that, so on the support class, we've got the Formula 500s for their South Australian title from last season. Unfortunately, wet weather cancelled that last season. So the Formula 500s, they just recently, last weekend, had the Jack Wilshere Cup. Jack Wilshere Cup was dominated for a second season in a row by former Victorian, now Queensland-based Liam Williams. So he defended that. Unfortunately, he hasn't made the trip down with his team to run the SA title. So due to time, it's a big budget and he's got work commitments and all those sort of things. So unfortunately, Liam can't be there for the South Australian title, but it certainly leaves them open for plenty of contenders. You've got Jack Bell, you've got Patrick Merritt, you've got Chris and Dion Bellman. They'll be fast. They're coming from nearby Warrnambool. Of course, Tasmanian Jock Goodyear. So he's over here on the mainland at the moment. He's won 4 feature races in a row. He was sensationally running up the front of the Jack Wilshere Cup, which went 20 laps straight. But unfortunately, dropped back late in the race and ended up 4th. So it's still a great result, and Jock Goodyear is certainly a talent to look forward to. So we've got that, and of course, Angelo Carusas from Whyalla. He's going to be coming over, and also completing the support card is Junior Sedans. Junior Sedans last year had the Australian Junior Sedan title there. So hopefully have a good strong field running in front of a good crowd. 14 sprint cars, it's awesome to see. So with that. So then we've got some more sprint car racing coming out of my you know what. So Bunbury Speedway in Western Australia. So that's about an hour and a half southeast, I think, of Perth. People that are watching from there can correct me. But they've got round 4 of the HD series. It's the first time the 410 sprint cars have been at Bunbury Speedway. Looking at a number of people, I've got some media through, obviously, on Wednesday night. I had Darren O'Day, the media man for the sprint car entrance group. They were talking to Ron Cricky, talking about the track. They've made a number of changes. They've got Alan Marley from Darwin, former Victorian. He is working on the track prep, so he's doing really well with that, and it bodes well for a strong meeting. So there's about 17 410 sprint cars with a few 360 sprint cars thrown in there. The only previous winner to the opening round winner was Sean Bradford. As we know, Sean Bradford is only doing selected race meetings this season, and Bunbury wasn't on the list for this one. James McFadden won last Saturday night's round, but of course he's running at Mount King. Again, his borderline speedo is over here on the east coast at the moment. Jason Pride won the second round at the Perth Motorplex, so he's amongst the nominations. He's the only previous winner this season so far, so that's amongst the nominations. Of course, the usual suspects, Jason Kendrick, he's knocking on the door for his first win of the season. Defending HD Series champion Brad Mialo, and his older brother, of course, and 7-time HD Series champion Jamie Mialo. There amongst there, Daniel Harding, of course, Mitch Wormel. He started the season in lead up for World Series. We've got Jamie Alfield. Jamie Alfield last weekend had his first hit out with the 410 sprint car aboard the Western Australian number 51 Rod Howe owned car. And yeah, he'll be looking for a strong run to get back there, because I think he ran 13th at the Motorplex, didn't have the best run with the 410. So he started the season running 360 sprint cars and was done really well. Also, Michael Keane, one of the locals from Bunbury. He spent the off-season running over in America with his older brother Daniel. He makes his debut for the season. So his first hit out, I think he's running a 360 power plant. So yeah, good luck, Michael. Good to see you back. We've got Wingless Sprints going to be on the program. That's the 4th round of their club championship for WA, and Super Sedan, so it's a round of their WA series there as well. So plenty of exciting racing going on. So then we've got more sprint car racing. So I've only been through 3 race meetings and we've been on 22 minutes. Maybe I should shut up and talk less and get the information out. So we go to Brisbane's Archfield Speedway in Queensland. They've got the 6th round of the East Coast Logistics Series for 410 sprint cars. It also doubles up as a twin 20 lapper, so they do that every season. So with that, also on the program is speed cars for the 4th round of the Polar Ice Series, AMCA Nationals Lightning Sprints, Ford versus Holden versus Sigma Sedan. So they're all out there. So 29 sprint cars have nominated. You've got the likes of Andrew Shirley, who won the opening 2 rounds, Luke Oldfield, Alan Woods is the previous winner. Unfortunately, for the first couple of meetings, or the most recent 2 meetings there, they've started the season, they've started the meeting, but they've got hot laps, time trials underway, but then when it comes to the heat race, they get 1 round of heat race, then the rain comes and wipes out the meeting. So hopefully the weather gods can be kind tomorrow night for Archfield Speedway. So we've got that. Also, Mitchell G, of course, he'll be there. Brent Krutzman, who won the opening round of the Ultimate Sprint Car Championship Queensland, he'll be there amongst the nominations. Kevin Tipman, of course, once again leading up to World Series, he's made an attempt. Then we've got Peter Lack from GW Racing. He's going to be racing GW Racing during the week, came on board as a main sponsor of Totally Speedway, so much appreciated with that. Then we've got another interesting nomination running the Dave Horrell Queensland number 83 car is Caden Manders from Western Australia, so one of the youngsters. He's amongst the nominations where he's going to be running he's running the Dave Horrell car, which is normally driven by David Murcott, so he'll be amongst there. And the speed cars, you've got Darren Vine, who's won 2 of the 3 opening rounds of the Polar Ice Series. Scotty Farmer, of course. Scotty Farmer, I saw this afternoon put out his vlog, so he's doing little videos and talking about behind the scenes of the racing. So great initiative, Scott, with getting that out there, and great for your sponsors. And hopefully more drivers can do things like that with technology. It makes it a lot easier these days. So that's all the racing at Archerfield Speedway in Brisbane and Queensland. Then we go to Avalon Raceway in Geelong. And down in Victoria, they've got the 27th running of the Beasley Family Memorial. They are going to be, so they've got 30 cars nominated for that. And then amongst them is defending champion Matt Jackson. Matt Jackson is going to be, he's running for Tim Fisher. Last season he drove his own car, so the family undertaken by his dad, Norm Jackson, former sprint car and speed car racer from many years ago. Matt Jackson's running for Tim Fisher down in Victoria this season, so he'll be looking to go back-to-back as a world-class field there. You've got Australia national title class field there. You've got Caden Brown, of course, the young sensation out of New South Wales, running for his pop Victorian Rob Brown. Dane Kingshot, he's running for the McCallum team. Travis Mills, of course, he's always up there. He was the form driver in Victoria last season. Troy Jenkins from Sydney's making the trek down there. Ash Booker, who won the previous rounds, the previous meeting for the speed cars. That was the Darlington Midwestern Speedway. Nick Parker is amongst the nominations as well. Harley Bishop for the last couple of seasons been running sprint cars. Hasn't been seen in the speed car for 2 seasons now. He's running for the South Australian-owned Hardwire team. So he's running the full season. So they've got a Spike with an S-Slinger. So it's a very strong package that they've got there that's owned by Mark Harrington and his partner, Alison Dwyer. So good luck for those guys. They're feverishly trying to get the car ready for this event. So yeah, they're going to be making the trek over. So hopefully tonight have everything ready. So with that, we've got a media release we've got to put out as well. So a great field there. They're going to have vintage cars, vintage speed cars as part of the event, as part of the Speedway revival. So it's a great event. It's, the Beasley family is steeped in Speedway history, and to have this event, this annual event that they do, and well done to Avalon Raceway and the Drew family for putting it on. So then we go to Murray Bridge Speedway in South Australia. They've got the 3rd round of the 360 All-Star Series that's going to be run. So the first 2 rounds have been, the opening round at Mildura's Timmis Speedway was won by David Murcott. Round 2, last Saturday night, Heartland Racer was won by defending series champion Paul Solomons. Paul Solomons running the Hutchins Motorsport car, so that's owned by Ken Hutchins. So Solomons, certainly had a great run there. He'll be looking to go back-to-back. Also amongst the nominations is former All-Star Series champion Brett Farrar, Paul's brother Chris, Phil Locke, Daniel Evans, former South Australian champion from Renmark, Mike Caruso with that. So one of the interesting nominations is, I'm really excited about this. He drove last season with little fanfare from America, because we didn't know who he is, Corey Elias. He drove for Adam Curry, so he's a South Australian-based racer. He has brought Corey Elias now. When it was announced last season, to be honest, when I heard the name, I'm like, who is this guy? I didn't know much about him. But then he gets out there, I think it's his 2nd outing for the team, and wins the All-Star Challenge at Simpson Raceway in Victoria, big 360 event. He beat he beat Terry McCall, he beat Tim Van Ginnigan. I think that was the podium that night. But yeah, and also qualified for the Classic. He's coming back for the 2nd season. We certainly know who he is, like he's a gun. And I really rate him, and he's exciting to watch, and it's exciting to see that Adam was able to get a deal to bring Corey out again. And during the week, we had an announcement that Corey Elias's been signed to run for the Roth Motorsport team. So that's really exciting for 2018. The schedule hasn't been announced yet, but Corey Elias teaming up with the Roth Motorsport team is awesome, and they should no doubt be a threat wherever they go. So with that, that completes all the major events that we've got here for this weekend. I'm going to go through all the other events that we've got here. So in New South Wales, we've got Cullowoolan Raceway, so that's in New South Wales. It's not far from Lithgow, about an hour from Bathurst, just to give people an idea of where it is. So you've got RSA Street Stockers, Junior Sedans, 4-cylinder sedans, Micro Sprints, Series Production, and a Demo Derby. Hopefully they can get a good crowd there for that, and they can have a good run. So Ray and Sue Healy head head that. So yeah, so they've got their Grafton Speedway in northern New South Wales. They've got V8 Dirt Modified. So the V8 Dirt Modified is going to be in both Grafton and up at Maryborough on the Fraser coast up there. So the V8 Dirt Modifieds will be the Grafton Stampede, which doubles as the Sportsman's Challenge. So a lot of local competitors will be running there. Wingless sprints will be on the program, RSA Street Stockers, RSA Junior Sedans, and Production Sedans as well. So that should be a good meeting. With that, then we've got further, or northwest, I think you'd call this. This is Tamworth's Oakburn Park Raceway. They've got a club show. In Victoria, you've got Midwestern Speedway in Darlington, and they've got the Junior Sedans, the Foxy Memorial. They've got a club show for wingless sprints, limited sportsmen's, GP midgets, super rods, and marsh modifieds on the program. In Queensland, we've got Maryborough Speedway, so that's promoted by Wayne Waller and the family. V8 Dirt Modifieds make their return there. Also amongst the nominations, really exciting, is Tim Morse. He's going to be running once again for the Chiletto Motorsport team. So that's Andrew Chiletto and his dad Rowan. So Tim Morse, the multiple Australian V8 Dirt Modified champion, will go down in history as one of the best ever in the V8 Dirt Modified, if not the best. It's depending, you've got guys like Peter Britton, but you've got guys like Stuart Hearn, Steve Robinson, Mark Robinson. So yeah, so it's going to be exciting to see. Looking forward to seeing how everyone goes up there. Formula 500s, Junior Formula 500s are on the program. Mod Lights, Junior Sedans, Micro Sprints, and Junior Quarter Midgets they're going to be running for their Christmas Cup. On the Sunday, the following day will be Speedway Carts, so they're having a meeting on there. Staying in Queensland, further north, so the beef capital, so that's Rocky Speedway in Rockhampton in central Queensland. Super Sedans, Production Sedans, Street Stocks, Super Stocks, AMCA Nationals and Junior Sedans make up the program. So that's Josh Keane. He does a great job with his team in terms of running Rocky Speedway. Good luck. Hopefully the weather's good and you can have a good run there. It's one of the tracks that I'm really looking forward to getting to down the track. Then we go over to Western Australia. Collie Speedway's got the production sedans for the Collie Championship. Junior Sedans and Street Stocks make up the program. We go further, stay in Western Australia here. We go to the central part, Kalgoorlie Speedway, which is about 600 k's east of Perth. They've got AMCA National, Street Stocks, Production Sedans, and Junior Sedans, which is the second, for the Junior Sedans, it's the second round of the Country Super Series. So we've got there. Then in South Australia, Whyala's Westline Speedway, their run, that's a long, that's about 4 or 5 hours as you go near Port Augusta heading towards the Nullarbor sort of thing. That's where Whyala is. So they've got sidecars, they've got a spectacular event, that's what it's known as, on the program. Mod Lights, flat track motocross, quad bikes, and a demo derby. So hopefully they get a good crowd out there with the team. And then the last event we've got on the calendar down in Tasmania, Carrick Speedway. They just recently celebrated their 50th anniversary race meeting, and we've got Super Sedans, Speed Cars, AMCA Nationals, Wingless Sprints, Tassie Sixes, and Modified Sedans. So that completes everything. Good luck to everyone competing this weekend. Hopefully the weather's kind. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Please like, comment, share to grow the reach. Really enjoying. We're getting a lot of feedback, a lot of positive feedback, even negative too, but I'll take it on board because I know that it can help me get better. But yeah, thanks guys for tuning in. Yeah, I'll be back Sunday sometime, so probably around lunchtime, hopefully, depending on how I go with everything. And then, yeah, so I've got all my notes here, they're all completed. So, yeah, so I'll sign off like I usually do by throwing my notes in the air. So, yeah, happy Friday. And, yeah, and I'll see you Sunday. Thanks, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Cheers. Bye.